Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are right into our pistol round as the push is going to come straight in towards this B site. We got no time for introductions, no time for anything else, as it is going to be the CT side. Very aggressive push actually coming in on towards short, and they've avoided a lot of the Ts. Managed to find themselves the opening pick, but Insane is going to be there to trade things back and turn it into 4v4. More damage being done, in fact, as a bit of trouble now for the CT side. They're going to look to try and make their way back in here. Nice shot from Laz. Will find one. The second is there from him, and he gets it as well. Kef will be able to find one back, and actually the CT side look like they're in trouble here. EHOME are going to take themselves the pistol and get themselves rolling over on that T side. Either way, I'm going to be purchasing into this second round. Heavy connector presence. Obviously, this is the choice of EHOME. We're looking to bring things back after their defeat. We're in the first map. We're going to see Insane actually pushing towards this connector spot where there's 3 players currently waiting. The remaining are facing over towards long, which, well, there really isn't much in terms of defense on that A site at all. Either way, he's going to be coming in. Insane. Some damage, but actually he's not going to be killed. He survives just a little bit longer. We'll be able to hold them in towards that connector. There we go. Eventually, will be Rita to find the kill, but the remaining players are pushing in towards that A site. And as said, there isn't much of a defense there. Rotation will come in from the CT side. They don't have themselves a kit. Maybe though the Ts should have this round pretty much dead to rights. I wonder if the CTs will just look to try and catch somebody on the exit. Flashbang is going to go over, but ultimately isn't going to do much in effect of these players. And Keh will already look to close this down. A long flank coming in, but may eventually be caught out. Somehow Take will be able to find one, but there's still a second player that they haven't actually thought about over towards that mid position. And while Laz, the only one left alive, a Mac 10 kill here really wouldn't be too bad for him. An extra bit of money. Instead, it's going to be the round going to EHOME. And they will keep themselves the 3 players left alive. Wait, not much invested. Laz has gone for a Zeus. Other than that, absolutely nothing. Again, they're going to go for this connector control. I was going to try for the Zeus kill, but, well, doesn't manage anything. And already, T-side have started this round off much better than the last. Ready? Closing things down. Marek a little bit low. Maybe they can find a cheeky kill here with the USP. Spamming some shots away, and well, it's coming pretty close. Couple of tagged players here, but well, all in all, EHOME keep it flawless. We'll be going into the next round with a strong buy and plenty of cash in the bank, but now we get to see whether or not Scars are going to return to the board in style, or if the streak can continue for the T side. As is going to be boosted up with that AWP. Still some extra money for the T side if they are to lose this round, so it's going to have to be a couple if Scars are going to want to reset the economy of their opponents. Minute left on the clock. T's still yet to make their move. Maybe just trying to bait out some of the extra utility that the CTs did purchase into this one. Obviously, there's normally limited utility when it comes into that 4th round buy for the team that lost the first few rounds. And the T's looking like they may just go and gather up over towards the B site. Without any incendiaries, it can be quite difficult to defend. Take, not going to be spotting anything, and that could be a little bit of a false positive for the CT side, who have gambled far more heavily over towards A, when the real push is going to be coming in on towards B. Hot Flash going to be going out. Well timed. Catches them blind, but they still manage to find the kill. Yoko with everything to do, but he does manage a kill and an extra dink as well. Leaves a couple of them low. The spray through the smoke not going to achieve anything, but the CT side are still going to be going for this, knowing they need to move fast, but Banshee removing heads. You'll hear the squeals of the CTs as they fall, and it's left onto Laz. Nice shot onto the first. Doesn't have a kit in play, and I don't even know if there ever was one. By the looks of things, he's just going to have to duck out of this round and keep himself that AWP. Won't be much behind it, just a few pistols. But definitely not the start that Scars we're looking for onto this map. I will say that towards the end of it, it looked like EHOME were actually going to manage a comeback. They were 14-2 down and managed to bring it back to a 15-10 scoreline before inevitably losing, but could have given them a little bit of momentum. As said, just going to be a few pistols purchased into this round for Scars, not anything too impressive to say the least. The way. Laz going to be taking an aggressive stance here with that AWP. Has to be careful. They will be playing coming up the connector, but he's more than aware of the potential. Even waits for the second and finds it as well. Laz has kicked things off, but well, Care managing a double trade back, popping 2 heads within a matter of seconds and leaving a lot to be desired. I think Wilco's going to go down as well, and well, that ult from Laz has at least made things a little bit more costly for the T side, but ultimately will have no effect on the round itself. Does manage to actually find himself a 3rd kill. He really is creating a lot of cost. Now, he'll be able to buy into the next round anyway, so could look for further damage, but see the T's already looking to hunt down this weapon. Will be able to hold on to his AWP at least. As said, he's created some cost. Means that EHOME is not going to be having so much money going into the future rounds. Still plenty of cash, you can see. Look, 11,000, 10,000, 8,000. It's not the end of the world for the T side either, but it is at least something in form of damage. AWP going to be purchased up again. Double AWP, in fact. Now we finally get to see a fall buy from Scars. Laz once again going to look for this aggressive peek. T's this time want to challenge him. Attempt to look over the top of the smoke, but it's actually his teammate. Form of Rita to find the opener, push through, and that's a nice trade. Ket has kicked his T half off well. The trades come in thick and fast to leave us back into a 3 versus 3. We have seen slow starts from Scars before, earlier in the day. Down 8-2. Managing to win in overtime. Vision, though, is actually going to catch out Yoko. Trying to make a play for his team. In fact, rather than being the hero, he becomes a bit of a villain as now T's can look to execute on towards A site. Only going to be take anywhere near the action and didn't have much of a chance here. Also, the rotation of his teammate has been heard. Insane will just be waiting to execute his opponent by the connector. That's exactly what he would do. Comes a little bit close, I will admit. Take's still looking like he's trying to challenge this one. He has a full set of utility. I don't really know what he was hoping to achieve there, but instead it will be 6-0. EHOME off to a flying start. Not really going to be anything invested. Interesting that we don't see Laz go for a little bit more. Well, nice shot from to find that opener. Already kept with another and looking to bolster up that cash once again and doing a great job of it. Flawless round for EHOME. Money going to be booming once more as 4 players sit with 10,000 plus, but finally see another purchase in here. Double op setup once again. Laz this time going to be over towards the B site as they have some aggression over towards long. They're actually going to continue this push forward. They really are trying to take the fight in this round. They've got to be careful though, because there's players in the connector who are going to come peeking out. Already a first and a second. Bird takes both kills, and although Bars will be able to find one back, Take has the majority of the work to do as the remainder look to go pushing in towards this B site. He will be able to peek out, gets a first, a second as well, and well, they push in while their teammates are currently smoked off. Take almost burns himself out, but will survive. It's your boy Tom Biz, you are correct, fair. How are you? Either way, T side. Going on a long rotation here. By the looks of things, they're going all the way back towards long. May not necessarily be expected by the CTs, but they have rotated players over towards A. The problem is just the amount of time it takes. May was a little bit of a false positive in there. Having to speed up the pace a bit here. Still nothing spotted by the CT side with 20 seconds left on the clock. And with 10 seconds, they now have to try and get themselves that bomb down. Firm manages one, but it is just going to be Banshee holding the plant, and Bas will be there to put both remaining players down. Finally, we see Scars get themselves onto the board. I'm going to have a hunt to retrieve one of the AWPs, because they can still purchase up another. No problems there. There we go, though. Will this be the straight up reset onto the CT economy, or there's going to be a chance for Scars to actually create some sort of resurgence? Once again, we're going to have Laz going very aggressive. Same players he made in the previous round, even after getting ruined. However, after no early engagements are found, the CT side just going to be opting to fall back towards the site. Nice shot from Laz, though, will get the opener. Continue to peek in towards this connector. the only man to really step up. We saw Boss in the previous round do some damage. Actually, to be fair, take on the B site definitely helped them win their first round. Well, these AWPs now finding a couple of opening picks as they look to come into their own. 50 seconds left on the clock as still we see Rita set up. Flashbang going to allow a little bit more presence to be taken from Bars, but aggression not really needed at this point. They have a two-man advantage. They're still going to be pushing, still going to be trying to take fights, and the way may not matter. Rita has found another. This AWP has been strong in this round. Banshee will peek in, closes out one. Still Rita sits on towards the side with the AWP, but Banshee's got a second. Turns this round on its head. Bomb is going to be planted, but Laz will already close down the first and leave it all onto Marek in a 1 versus 2. Will manage to get himself the first, and well, Laz playing with the AWP, doesn't have a kit. Just going to be holding the angle here, and he will find the headshot as well. Second round on the board for Scars. But even still, it's not an ideal scenario. They'll take a nasty hit to their economy, and the T's have so much cash to buy back up with. Gonna have to do the same all over again, as there is definitely a buy coming back in for EHOME. They are still firmly in the driver's seat. Laz aggressive again. It seems to be just the opposite at the moment, who are doing absolutely everything. A second kill comes in across the map as they get themselves a two-man advantage once again. The thing is now, this is where I want to see the CT side play a little bit more passive. You have a two-man advantage. Play the trades. Don't need to be in such aggressive positions. Bas just wants to ride his bicycle. It's going to be ready and waiting. Finds the kill as well. Drops the bomb, but I don't think it's really in a position where they can afford to defend it. Marek trying something a little bit interesting, but it's actually going to be Ke. Take down one. Missed shot from Rita, but the fact is, again, they don't really need to be challenging this. Nice flick shot. We'll get him a second. The coach stepping up once more, and Marek left again in a tricky situation. Marek will be able to find one, though. Again, they don't really need to be facing this. Trying to remove weaponry, but the T side still don't really have any struggles when it comes to finances. 15 seconds left on the clock, though, and he has to go just barreling in towards the site. Only one man actually defending it at the moment. It looks like he's just going to try and save his weapon, but try is all that should happen. How does Take not get that kill? That should have been all but easy for him. Another player dropped from the CT side. Finally, Laz will come along and put Marek to bed, but again, just unnecessary costs from the CT side. They did not need to throw away that many guns. T side, well, not only are they still able to buy, but the loss bonus is even building up behind them. So, although the streak of rounds is definitely good for Scars to at least get back into this game, they are still on the brink of reset. T-side, yeah, as I said, even with just the money they have, they'll be able to buy into the next round. CT's opting to play much more passive. I wonder if they believe that they've reset them. Because this almost looks like a sort of thing you play against pistols. Either way, the T-side is going to go for a delayed push in towards this B site. Nades will fall down. Utility going to be expended by the CTs to try and hold them back. Not really doing too much in terms of damage. Laz will be rotated in with that AWP to try and rain death from above, and that's exactly what he'll do. Managed to get them that opener. A second as well for Take. Already, well, these remaining T players starting to get tagged down. Nice shot from Banshee. Will at least turn things back slightly. Marek looking to come in on a rotation in through short, and he will take the head off one. However, both players now in the same angle, and the bomb smoked off Bas. He's given an opportunity, and he misses it. And they're just going to try and defuse this bomb. And that's exactly what they'll do. Scars, they get themselves another round on the board. The remaining players will hold on to their weaponry. And as said, there's still money for the T side. Either way, it is still going to be a buy for both sides, and there's still a chance for a reset here. Now, Scars are going to want to at least get, I'd say, 6 or 7 rounds over on this CT side, which basically means they can only afford to lose one. And really, they can't afford to lose one because their money won't allow it. Max loss bonus now in for the T side, so again, there's still going to be buys coming. The gifted connector control. And even more passive setup this time from the CT side. They're just going to have a man boosted up. No one actually in the site at all. "55 seconds left. They're holding on to a lot of their utility quite late at the moment. Push will be coming in from connector. They expected, but they have actually closed the door behind them. Should give a bit of information over to the CT side. This should be a B push. KF going to be coming in, and he will find that kill. The question is, will they realize now that there's actually going to be more of a stack on this B side than they might expect? Nice work from Take. Turn it back into a 3v3, and actually they're going to go rotating a Bas, looking in the wrong direction. 25 seconds left on the clock, and the T's are going to go running, but look at the position of the bomb. It is the furthest back player at the moment, and has a long, long way to go, but the T's might just be able to win it off just their positions they already have. 15 seconds left as they get themselves on towards the site. Molotov going to be thrown down, and Banshee be able to do too much. Nice shot from Laz. He's going to try and deny the plant, but try as he might, he can't find that kill. Has to go hunting. He's switching over to the AK-47. Spots out Marek, who attempts to cross, and it's left into the 1 versus 1, but he doesn't have a kit. He needs to find one. Tries to bait it out and actually ends up getting caught reloading. Will find himself a kit. May just look to try and hold this defuse, but I think it may fade just before he can. Knows exactly where his opponent is now. I think he knows it's not being defused. Nice shot though from Laz. And then he's done just enough. He will win them around. These rounds are getting closer and closer and closer. The max loss bonus still there. So again, no problems for EHOME in buying, but it has now been 5 rounds in a row. This man definitely... Look at the scoreboard at the moment. 15 and 7 for Laz. They are dragging it back. Gonna go for this aggressive peek once again. Gotta be a little bit careful. There is a man looking to peek around long. Don't give him too many chances of that shot, but not gonna connect it. In fact, go back into the connect door instead. Still a buy for either side, and well, that's not changing for EHOME. They keep getting bomb plants, they keep doing damage. Well, look at the rounds. They've had bomb plants in 4 of the 5 they've lost, and the one they lost, they actually ended up running out of time. Held onto an AWP. Oh, no, wait, they didn't. He died after time. Never mind. Bane still looking to try and challenge for connector control, which is heavily guarded at the moment, with not much presence over towards the A site. The connector peak coming in, the timing may be about to ruin them. Although Laz, I think he may have heard a footstep there. 40 seconds left on the clock, and again, the T's leaving this very late. Got to be careful. It is going to be Bas, able to find one, but did they expect a second? That's the problem. They don't. Laz is still going to be here, and he's being flanked. He's dead for sure. There should be no way he gets away with this one. Insane is going to have a comfortable pick, but the remaining players still looking to push in towards A. They don't have a choice but to switch back here. And already, that's going to be one down. If they can drop the bomb, they have a chance, but, well, Fur is going to ruin Yoko, and I think that may be the round over. It is. Insane shuts him down, and this really shows how close these have been. There's no money for the CT side. A 10-5 still looking pretty likely here for EHOME, even after the streak that's come in. TT's looking like they may just eco this one and go for a buy in the final round of the half. Ready. Take. Gonna be down and out. One by one. Do begin to fall. Still a Zeus in play. I always like to watch a Zeus. I don't think it's a particularly successful weapon, but it's always interesting. A little bit of tilt can be created. However, one by one, we're just witnessing the remaining players of this CT side fall. Well, Yoko maybe just hoping he can find an exit somewhere along the way. Seemed very likely, and while Marek will be there to close him out. It is going to be 9-5. CT side have themselves at least a purchase into this one, although there isn't going to be an AWP for Laz, which has been one of the defining factors of this side. Take actually going to opt for a scout instead. There we go. Already a quick push in towards this B site. Damage done by the incendiary, but the push just continues, and EHOME looking to try and shut this down. Spray from Bas will only manage to find one, and it's all left on to Mr. Coach. Well, now Laz as he falls. One versus 4. Doesn't have a kit. Doesn't really have a chance. Can do a little bit of stat padding, but well, the incendiary will hold him back, and he's just going to go running in. 10-5. A strong T-side half that realistically could have been even stronger. So many clean rounds in the early proportion of this map. It meant that there was never really a break for the CT side to make any money. We get to see if there's any way that Scars can bring this back on the T-side. They've had some pretty solid T-sides, it has to be said. Has been the better for them, but overpass, well, if it's a strong CT side, a lot of the time it doesn't matter how good the T-side is, so more looking to see how EHOME are going to play here. Here we are to our pistol round. We are going to have the CTs with a little bit of aggression actually coming in. Banshee. He pushed up. I think he spotted anything, and because of that, they're going to start rotating players further away towards the A site. Laz with the mini raid boss. Has the P250 and looks to try and find an opener on towards A. Don't want to give him too many opportunities. He is the star of the show, and that's a nice shot. Managing to find one. And he's just sort of selling the fake here. The rest of the team is still over towards that B side of the map. They are going to go pushing. Yeah, going to be ready and waiting. Already going to be looking for the spot. Doesn't manage to find the kill, as the TTs have found one in the meantime, but it's Bas doing a lot of the damage as he gets his third. Pistol round will go the way of Scars as they give themselves a lifeline here. Of course, they've got to actually convert it, though. They could have had the previous map done and dusted very early on, but unable to convert their pistol round. I have seen a resurgence from Bars on the T side quite a lot, so see if he can kick it off here. They're going to go fairly safe. 3 rifles, couple of SMGs. That's standard. Banshee, going to be waiting with the Deagle. Ready, Laz will find a first and just taps onto the second. Swift execution. Insane is going to be ready and waiting. Trying to peek out through the connector and spots Laz's head, but can't quite finish him off, and now somewhat surrounded. Doesn't have much support either and is just trying to take the fight. I think he knows that there's going to be a man coming in on the flank. He's searching. Yoko is ready and waiting for him and will shut him down. Looking good for the conversion in this one at least. Yeah, we'll be able to find one, but he's left with only 4 HP. The weapon he will find is not anything to really shake a stick at. It's only an SMG. And actually, they've completely baited a rotation in over towards the other side of the map. So it is going to be the push. Just able to come in on towards B. And a very, very easy round in the end for Scars. No real problems there. A chance to find that SMG, retrieve it, bring it into the next round, and maybe drop over the Deagle or something of the sort. But as said, it's not really any major impact on the round, and only real good thing about it is the chance to actually make a little bit of extra money. Get that AWP in a bit sooner. We do already have Marek saving some cash. Has been one of the quieter players for this EHOME side, but at the same time, still even on the scoreboard. They're going to need him more with that AWP over on the CT side, at least. But they are just going to be able to save those remaining couple of weapons. Yeah, pretty much said. Just going to drop over a couple of pistols. Just keep what they've had, not go for anything. In this one, Yoko going to pick up another SMG, just in a form of trying to build up a little bit of extra cash. Something we saw was fairly successful for EHOME. Well, actually very successful. To lose 5 rounds in a row and still be able to purchase comfortably every single time is a pretty impressive start to any game. The likelihood is we are going to see a 10-8 scoreline unless somebody can really step up to the plate. A little bit of a push going to come in through long. Only Insane here, and he has a USP. Should be dead, but actually is going to be allowed to escape. Still, the T's playing very slowly. It seems to be something both these teams actually enjoy doing, just really waiting out in these defaults, watching for any sort of aggression. In these sort of rounds, it's definitely understandable. You know that the likelihood is there's some sort of stack, or they're at least hiding in closer angles. Be a little bit of utility expended. 35 seconds left on the clock now. This is a little bit too passive for my liking, because when it gets to these sort of positions, that's where panic can set in. And you can start to make a few mistakes. They are just going to opt to force their way in towards This A site once again, it's going to be the man himself to find the openers. Nice couple of shots from Banshees, and this is what I mean. Things start to get a little bit scary. The push going to come in onto the man planting the bomb that they've got to be careful for. And now Laz left to try and clutch it out. He'll hear the footsteps running. Already going to take a little bit of damage, and Fercius has managed to retrieve himself. K47. Now Laz just going to go rotating all the way back around. He doesn't even care if his opponent's defusing that bomb. Just going to go on the long flank bank. It seems like Fer has actually realized where he's going, and he's going to hit himself the headshot as well. Out of absolutely nothing, EHOME steal a round away. That has got to be very painful for the Scars side. They are going to be able to purchase into the next one, but look how much money EHOME have. Wow. We have home. Whatever. They've got so much cash to buy back into this round. Normally, this is where you'd have the limitations, but instead, they're booming. That's all it comes down to. Leaving it a little bit too late. Eastside, though, do have enough cash that they can purchase. Need to break back, and they need to break back now. They don't want to give EHOME away into this game. Not like that. Either way, Keh going to be on corner of the site. Push does begin to come in. Take pre-firing through the angle. There's a lot of damage, but nobody able to finish him off. Finally, Bas will do it, and actually gets a second as well. CT side have found themselves a trade, but the bomb is going to be planted, or at least attempted. Actually, Fer has found one more. In fact, a second, and make it a third. Insane does the work, and it's left onto no one. The T's have lost themselves another round, another positive situation thrown away. While EHOME are looking more than set to take this to a third map. Either way, the T's are going to go for another purchase. They don't want to allow the CT side to get away with this. A little bit of team damage in. The end of the world. Take doesn't have any head armor, which means he's more vulnerable to these M4s. So we'll be able to find that opening pick. First kill goes the way of the T's. A little bit of aggression coming in over towards long. It's actually the coach. Looking to take that fight. CZ not ideal for the long range battles, but who even knows anymore? And just look at the CT side. They've gambled heavily. Nobody on B at the moment. They will switch Keh back to at least have a bit of a peek. Ready. CT side looking to try and do some damage here. Laz tag low. Bomb yet to make his way onto the site. Nice shot from Take. We'll be able to find the opener. There is that ding, but he survives it. Not for long, though, as the CTs quickly bounce back in turn. It's left into the 1 versus 1. Coach looking to sneak in from behind, but he's been caught. EHOME, it's close, but again, it's a round for them. 13-7. The third map looking more and more likely. Either way, this round is just going to be pistols for the T side. Insane in a decent position. Already looking to just clean things up. He's been great over the last few rounds. Has support from Narek as well. Laz will put him down. He's at least still trying. spamming shots away, but ultimately nothing going to come of it. 14-7. CT side, after stealing that round away, now firmly in the driver's seat. An excellent showing from them. Well, you can see just by the frag distribution, 20, 19, 18, 19. Okay, Marek's a little bit further behind, but... oh, well, that's not going to help anything. Or... going to be in. This time, the Rita once again. Laz not always wanting to pick it up on the T side, so... somewhat see why. Okay. Already going to find the aggression of Barca, and while he hasn't been able to find anything as of yet, definitely not having that T-side resurgence we were hoping for. Then again, it's been a very quiet map overall for a lot of the team. Insane also catches one in the form of Laz, who has been the one saving grace, and while the aggression of EHOME just seems to be working all the way across the map, another frag goes their way and leaves just Yoko left. 1v5. Doesn't seem like it's happening, and while they're even going to be forcing him off all of the angles, they've got players waiting everywhere. Nice shot at least to take down Care, but you can see the CT side, they really want these frags. 15-7. T side will at least have enough money to come in with a buy, but it's not going to be an impressive one. Either way, Marek already hitting himself the tag. Doing some early damage, and almost looks like Take wanted to repeat that angle. He will. I'm going to be getting towards the connector. They're going to boost up Laz to try and give him a little bit of a peek. Not going to find anything as of yet. 1 minute 10 left on the clock as his position is given away. And actually, Yoko's just come out of nowhere and pushed onto the A side. Found himself a couple of kills. Looking for his third, but Banshee will be there to trade. He's actually trying to do it all alone. It finds himself a second. A two-man advantage quickly gone. And, well, CT side, they still have some presence in the connector. If they want to double back around, it's going to be difficult to get past Fur. Does make a step, though. That gives all the information away. He was a little bit sneaky before then. Has to be careful. He doesn't know that they've lost the B site. Well, he will now. The smoke's gone down. Actually, he may be able to catch the man carrying the bomb. That's going to be Laz falling. There's only 25 seconds left on the clock, and the CT side have just managed to catch them in real trouble here. Fur looking to try and defend it. Gets himself another. Knows that there's one more man pushing, and the flashbang will leave him blind at least for a second. By a little bit of time for the rotation from Banshee, who has been excellent in this round so far. 9 seconds left onto the clock, and he knows he's got to go straight for this plant. It is going to be the peak coming in, and almost loses it just based off the fight, but it will be EHOME taking us to a third and final map. Join me after the break, where we will find out our victor.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.